kid just running around going, Cthulhu!
Day of their booking comes around, and it turns out that little people are actually like a dozen small children.
Oh, never assume. Because what happens when we assume? We make an out of you and me. I can see Robin's. Take her the wine. Take her the wine. If you've pissed off your wife, please take her the wine. Hi.
One of the things that Dani and Ray say a lot. I can't transition anything.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah. You just do the thing.
So for those of you who are just listening, we have little signs today that say, that's fair. And on the other side, they say, nah, bruh.
And why do we have these signs?
Because we're doing Am I the Asshole?
Yay! So, our dear babysitter Harold is going to read us a story. And if we think that the writer of the story is not the asshole we put up, that's fair. Because we understand. Yeah, you're not the asshole, that's fair. But if we hear the story and the person is totally in the wrong, then nah, brah, you are the asshole.
Utter asshole.
Utter asshole.
Asshole, major
Lol.
Indeed.
All right.
Indeed.
All right.
All right. Put our signs down and prepare to listen.
Ready for story
All right.
number 1.
Story number 1.
Am I the asshole for teaching my 20 male niece, 4 female, to say El Chupacabra when her mom, 32 female, says, you know what really gets my goat? Basically, title, I guess. My sister has a habit of saying, you know what really gets my goat? She probably says it about 7 or 8 times a day. So, like that
That's
Tumblr
fair.
post, I taught my niece to say El Chupacabra when her mom says it. It sounds more like El Chupacabra, though, because she's about 4 and it's adorable.
That's so cute.
I told my niece it was a monster from Mexico that eats ghosts, and she didn't seem scared or anything. Probably.
Ghosts or goats?
Goats.
The chupacabra
Goats.
definitely eats
It's
goats.
goats. I just read it
I
wrong.
did not make that connection.
I read that wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that
It's
makes
a whole,
more sense
it's
now.
a whole,
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
I told my niece it was a monster from Mexico that eats goats.
There we go.
Yeah. And she didn't seem scared or anything, probably because the only monster she knows is Cookie Monster. But apparently now my niece walks around the house saying El Chupacabra all day, and now my sister and brother-in-law are mad at me for teaching her this. But in my opinion, it's kind of adorable and also harmless, ? But she's my sister's kid, so I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please.
That's fair.
That's totally
That's
fair.
fair.
That's adorable.
That's not an a-hole thing to do. There's worse things to teach your kid what to say, or like someone
Absolutely.
else's kid of what to say over and
yeah.
over again, and saying "El chupacabra" is not.
That's
that
adorable,
bad.
actually.
And that's a hilarious way to respond to someone going, you know what gets my goat?
But I'm like,
El
why would she
chupacabra.
say, you know what gets my goat? Like, what does that even relate to?
There's some weird sayings out there that people say. I've never heard of what gets my goat.
Yeah, I was
to
going
be
to say that's
fair.
a new one.
That's
Never
fair.
heard of that one?
I've never heard that one
Oh,
either. No,
I use that one all the
That's
time.
new. You do?
Really?
Yep.
Clearly not all the time.
No,
Not with
no.
us. I've never heard it.
My friend at work and I like to combine ones.
Oh.
So whatever floats your boat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, okay.
But you can combine it with, you know what gets my goat? So it's whatever floats your goat.
Yeah, but see, that makes...
Buoyancy.
Yeah.
That needs to be animated.
Whatever floats your goat. Buoyancy. A little goat head, little air in the lungs.
Or
Little goat.
or instead of the world is your oyster,
Okay.
the world is your boat. Right? You just combine them.
That one makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I like the whatever floats your goat much better than... But it's like... hers doesn't make sense to me, so...
Speaking of whatever floats your boat, I've just started saying, float your boat, baby. Whenever Uman's trying to ask me a question, my husband's trying to ask me a question. He's like, what should I do for this? Or like, I'm going to do this. I'm like, float your boat, baby, float it. Like,
That's why I'm like, you do you, boo.
you do you, boo.
You do you,
You
boo.
do, boo. You do, boo.
You do, boo.
You do, boo. Mhm.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, hit us with story number 2.
All right.
So we are unanimous, not the
Yeah,
a-hole.
we
Okay.
are definitely
All right.
unanimous on that one. I think that's hilarious. I would do that to my brother's kids.
I'm going to do that to my brother's kids.
As we
El
should.
chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
Cabra means goat, chupa means sucker.
And all of the other fantastical creatures. The phoenix. Dragon. You imagine your kid just running around going, Cthulhu!
I am the world eater.
You know what floats my boat? Cthulhu.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
It's always cuter when it's in a kid's.
Leprechaun.
Heedy howdy howdy heedy.
What was that?
They're magically delicious.
I don't know what that was, but I enjoyed every second of it. To be honest, I don't know what that was either.
2 hours later.
Anyways, story number 2.
Okay, I'm not going to read you the title for this one because
boy.
I think it's going to be funnier if you don't
Okay.
get it.
All right.
Okay.
So, jumping right into the story.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
this-
you're not going to read us the title.
I'm not going to read you the title.
The
I'll tell
title
you.
usually gives it away.
I'll tell you the title after.
Or it's just presents just insanity.
Wow.
Okay, if
Also
it's going to
true.
give it away, though, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, this sounds stupid as heck, but it's driving me nuts.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I recently got a job at a climbing gym. We have bouldering and ropes. I got a call from a lady asking if it was appropriate for a group of little people. Now, I assumed she meant, people with dwarfism, short-statured people, etc.
Oh.
It's not like we have a policy for that, but I know people with some forms of dwarfism might have issues with their bones or joints or whatever, so I tell her it should be okay, but all climbing is at your own risk, so if they have any medical issues, they should ask their doctor. Well, the day of their booking comes around, and it turns out that little people are actually like a dozen small children.
Oh. Okay.
This was a freaking disaster because there is a strict 2 kids per 1 adult ratio for kids in the gym.
Oh no.
And also kids aren't allowed to belay until they've been assessed. So we pretty much had to tell them that they couldn't come inside. The lady goes off on me for ruining their weekend, and I have to get my manager to bail me out, after which he laughs his butt off, but also calls me a dumb for not understanding that she was talking about kids. Who the heck refers to children as little people?
More people than you think.
Was I really supposed to anticipate that this woman's use of an extremely specific term actually referred to another group of people entirely? Help me out here, Reddit. Am I the asshole/dumb?
Survey says.
Well, I mean, dumb. Yes, but I mean, okay, we're split on this one, obviously.
Okay, let me explain my answer.
Okay, please explain.
Wouldn't really say specifically the a-hole, but definitely the dumbass. I mean, if you have worked in any kind, sorry, that was really aggressive. If you've worked in any kind of retail, you know you can never trust the specifics of what anybody says.
It's true.
And you always ask questions. Never assume. Because what
Yeah.
happens when we assume? We make an out of you and me. So if someone says, hey, is the climbing gym safe for little people? You go, in that instance, do you mean dwarfs or children? I understand if you didn't think that she meant children, but you never, ever, ever assume. So I think that OP is still at fault for what happened because you
There
have
were no
to
clarifying.
double check.
Yeah, there were no clarifying questions asked. So I
Weird
understand.
for her to call children little people, but if that's how she calls children, then that's how she
Well,
calls children.
So I have a lady that I work with, and that's what she refers to her grandchildren as. It's the little people that she has in her life because they are still little. So in a way, because I've heard it used in context, I don't, but I understand the other side of it where it's like, yeah, you're a dumb. You should have asked the clarifying question, yo. Period.
I know that like little people is now like the correct term to refer to like dwarfs or, people that are of a smaller stature.
Yes.
But again, I've also heard people say little people for like children
Kids,
or like
yep.
small people or anything like that. So again, I wouldn't assume that someone was specifically calling the gym to see if it's okay
For
to
kids.
have dwarfs in the gym. Like that would be more of a question of people like, hey, are kids allowed in here? So yeah, I feel like it's completely OP's fault for not like asking.
Yeah, so I understand that.
Not saying
I
you
could-
at all deserve to get yelled at, but at
Well,
the same
no.
time, if someone is booking something for an event, you should probably make sure you have all of the correct information.
Yeah.
But that's me, so nah, brah.
Yeah, I think I can agree with her on that. I think I'll change my now that I understand.
You're
yes,
also
thank you.
Nabra?
Yeah,
That's 2 nah bras.
yeah.
I argued my point, and we are unanimous again.
Yep, now we get it. Because I was like, yeah, you're a dumb, but I don't think you're an asshole about it.
Yeah.
So
You don't have bad luck. The reason that bad things happen to you is because you're a dumb.
I have one more. It's a bit of a long one. Would one of you like to read it? Or
For sure.
Would? Okay.
Gimme. Okay, should I read the title?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Am I the asshole for not being mad at my daughter and thinking she's actually pretty funny?
Oh, boy.
Interesting start. All right.
All right, here we go.
My 43 male dad, 64 male. What? Is he 43 male?
It's a son who is a
So
parent.
Okay.
me, 43 male, my dad, 64 male, used to love taking us on adventures as kids, but he's slowed down recently. He still loves spending time with my daughter, 12 female. Okay, so dad decided to introduce daughter to his favorite childhood shows, and for whatever reason, she loves them. Star Trek, Bonanza, the Andy Griffith Show, all of it. She's hooked. She thinks it's all fantastic. Okay, fun fact about my daughter, she loves Googling fun facts. So
Good to
last
know.
week, she came downstairs and said, "Did you know ABC made Burt Ward take pills to shrink his..."
Oh, boy.
Totally deadpanned.
For context, do you know who that is?
No.
That's Robin from the Adam West
Oh.
Batman series.
Holy understatements, Batman.
Oh.
Totally deadpanned. Didn't even crack. When I tell you I wheezed, she showed me the article, and yep, they did. The 60s. What a time.
What a time.
Wife was mad. She told daughter to never use that word or we were going to wash her mouth out with soap. Empty threat. Daughter pouted and went about her day. Next day, she told dad, who didn't believe her at first, and then absolutely lost it when he read the article she pulled up. I can't remember the last time I saw him laugh that hard. Wife came out, heard what the commotion was about, and told daughter if she brought it up again, she was in big trouble. Well, today, one of my wife's friends called while the girls were having a play date, and you'll never guess what my daughter did. You'll never guess in a million years. Go on. Guess.
Oh, I think I know.
Yeah, she told her story to her
Yeah,
little
of
friend
course
who
she did.
also thought it was hilarious. Mother did not.
Of course not.
Wife is furious now and says we need to come up with a punishment. I don't want to punish her. I think if we stop making a big deal about it, she'll get bored of it eventually.
Probably.
Wife's argument is that she's doing it for attention. Duh. She's 12.
Well, yeah.
But she's going to learn about this stuff in health class soon anyway. Might as well get the giggles out of her now.
Yep.
Am I the asshole for not supporting my wife and dragging my heels and punishing daughter? Wife says even if I'm right, we at least need to punish her for disobeying us. I say the harder we come down, the more she will push back. Oh, we have an update.
Oh, there's an update.
Wife and I did end up agreeing by the time daughter was dropped off not to punish her. Instead, we reiterated some sex ed stuff and told her it's important to keep subject matter appropriate to situation. She was receptive to this message.
That's fair.
Dad comes over for dinner almost every day and he usually shows up early. So he got here half an hour ago and daughter sets up the TV and they start watching Batman on Tubi, of course.
Yes.
5 minutes in, Dad leans over to daughter. Dad, daughter's name. Daughter, yeah, Grandpa? Dad, I can see Robin's. Daughter and dad both lost it. I look at wife. Her face is totally blank. I can tell she's seething on the inside. She says she's going to take a bubble bath. She's still in there. I don't know if I should bring her a glass of wine to mellow her out or leave her the heck alone.
Take her the
Thanks,
wine.
Dad.
Take her the wine. Take her the wine. If you've pissed off your wife, please take her the wine.
Take her
My
the wine.
goodness.
Drum roll, please.
See, I'm all for that. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm good with that. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's just because I'm a pretty chill parent. At least I think I'm a chill parent. My daughter's giving me the thumbs up, so I'm assuming I'm a pretty chill parent. You know, like you gotta let kids figure things out. Mm-hmm. And the fact that they all find it hilarious and his wife's just like losing her mind, to me makes it more funny. So, nah, that's fair, dude. I don't think you're an asshole.
Pre-update, this would have been my answer.
Fair.
Just for the simple fact that there has to be a time and a place for things
Yeah.
like that, and teaching other little children who don't know what their parents are okay with
Yeah.
is probably not a good idea.
Probably
But after the update, That's fair. Because they did come to agreement on it, and then his dad was the one that was pushing the
That
issue.
was an instigator,
and you
yeah.
can't really help that. And if the family pretty much is okay with it, the family's pretty much okay with it. And she's 12, so
She's
whatever.
12.
But after the update, yeah, I agree with you with that one. That's
Look at
fair.
us.
That's
We're
fair.
unanimous across the board.
Oh my gosh, we've been so good.
Look at
We're
us.
just agreeing on everything.
Wow.
Wow.
Shocking.
I just realized now that if we said fully, I'm going to have to bleep them out.
Sorry. I
So-
definitely did.
I have been saying it too. So
Bleep, 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 bleep,
so
bleep, bleep,
much
bleep, bleep,
bleeping.
bleep, 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 bleep.